Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for taking the time to join me today for this webinar on how to build a successful authority site. I'm Heather, and while we wait for a few more people to join us, I'd love to hear where you're calling in from today. Please just send a message to the chat and introduce yourself, and I'll give you a quick introduction about myself too while we wait for everybody else to trickle in. So it looks like we've got people all the way from Portugal and Denmark. I see New Mexico, Canada, California, India as well. Thanks so much for staying up to join us. I know it's very late. So it's really great to have you all with us. My story is that I came to keyword research and building sites about a year and a half ago. Before that, I guess I didn't really know how it worked. I kind of thought if people wrote their blogs for long enough and had a lot of friends, they'd eventually get some traffic and that the big brands would succeed. So once I learned that there was actually a system that you could use to build successful sites, I thought that was really cool, and I started following a lot of different tutorials and getting on a lot of different list hosts. And I found niche pursuits and then got Longtail Pro and started building my first site. And after that, I joined the Longtail Pro team. So since then, I've really had a lot of opportunities to watch these strategies in action and to see a lot of people who are really doing this successfully full-time with a lot of the same strategies. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today, these strategies that worked for lots of different people on lots of different sites. And before we get too far into this, I just want to let you know that we're going to be giving you a great bonus at the end of the webinar. I hope all of you got that registration bonus that we shared with you. I'll show it again here. Criteria of a winning keyword. So this is a lot of what you want to look for to just assess a great keyword when you see it. And it's part of a 4-page cheat sheet that includes a lot of other really helpful keyword research material. And we're going to give all of that to you at the end of the webinar in the question and answer section. So stick around so you can get the download link for that and use all of that for your keyword research in the future. Now, the first thing I want to show you for how we get into building a really great site is building one from scratch. This is a brand new site that over the course of 8 months grew from $0 a month to over $100 a month in earnings. And here's the traffic growth during that same time as well. So you can see a really nice steady growth curve over that 8 months that corresponds to that earnings curve as well. And that's what we'll be looking at how to create today. So one thing that this site focused on was finding really low competition keywords that could drive traffic. So if you consider finding a keyword that gets 2,000 monthly searches, if you can rank #1 in Google for that keyword, you're going to get about 660 visitors a month just from ranking for that one keyword. So that's a really great free way to drive organic traffic through good keyword targeting and good SEO. And if you look even at lower search volume keywords, for example, 150 monthly searches or 10 really low volume keywords of 20 to 100, you can even drive significant traffic through that. We can drive 50 monthly visitors with 150 monthly search keyword, 66 to 30 with 10 of those super low volume keywords. So these are really worth targeting, and they're much lower competition because we're not competing with big brands. So that's what we're going to be looking for. And here's how much money you can actually earn by using these keywords. With just one keyword, 2,000 monthly searches, when we rank #1 for that and get our 660 visitors, we're looking with a normal click-through rate on ads on our page at about $10 to $15 a month. Now that can go a bit higher if you've got a higher CPC on that keyword, but it's a really good baseline to give you a sense of how much opportunity there is here. And to go even further, if we look at how people are buying their products online, when they go to buy through Amazon, if you look at this graph on the right, only 44% of them buy directly from Amazon. 56% find those Amazon products through other sources. And those other sources are going to be our sites, where we can put up review articles and suggestions of different products to buy, so we can leverage all of those people and have the affiliate income come to us instead. And here's how much money you could earn by using Amazon affiliates. Again, these 660 visitors, and with a normal purchase conversion rate of 1 to 3%, and selling items between $50 and $100, you're looking at anywhere from $20 to $120 per month. Again, just for one keyword. So think about the possibilities if we can find lots of good keywords like this to target. So this is the strategy that we use. We start with keyword research and then content creation and link building and outreach. And before we get too much farther into this, I just want to ask you guys what stage you're at in building authority sites. How much experience do you have? Maybe you've never made a site at all, or you have a site but it's not getting much traffic. Some of you might have a new site, but growth has stopped or slowed down. Or maybe you have sites and they're making money, but you're just here to learn a few new tricks. And lastly, if you think you could host this webinar, then I'd love to hear some of your tactics afterwards, because that's how we find a lot of these great strategies. We talk to people who are doing this successfully. I experiment with stuff on my own sites, and I put together the stuff that works the best for the most people. So it looks like about 30% of you have never made a site before, which is great because I'm going to take you through how you can build a successful site from scratch. And we've got about 40% of you that have some traffic, but your growth has slowed, and a few more of you that have a site, but it's not really getting traffic. So I'm going to show you today what you can do about that. And lastly, for those of you who already have successful sites, but you want a few more tricks, a few more tactics that you can use, we'll be addressing all of that as well. So very first thing, we're not going to look at this in detail today because I want to focus on building authority sites, but if you need a resource for how to set up your site, you can check out this great step-by-step guide. So I recommend you just take a note of that and go look at it later after the webinar. It will walk you through setting up your very first site with WordPress and getting everything up and running. And now let's talk about keyword research, this very first really important step in building a successful site, uncovering these low competition keywords I was showing you. So here are the two reasons that we do keyword research. We do it to increase traffic by targeting keywords that we can actually rank for. So we want to make sure we're not competing with really powerful brands like Walmart or Target or any sort of informational site like Wikipedia, or we don't want to be up against really strong sites. We want to find low competition keywords where we actually have a chance of ranking. Secondly, we want to increase earnings by targeting more profitable keywords. So what that means is finding keywords where people are spending money. And there are a few ways to do that. And for those of you who have a site with some traffic but your growth is slowing, one thing that you might want to do is focus on some of these more profitable keywords in particular, because you've already got some traffic, so you can try to drive that traffic towards your money pages and use these profitable keywords that way. So here's exactly what we can do. We can find keywords that we can rank for by looking for low competition keywords and keywords where the people who are ranking in Google for the top 10 are competitors that we can beat. I want to see 2 or 3 competitors in the top 10 results where I know if I make a site today from scratch, I can compete with that site and I can beat that site out within a couple months. And then to look for more profitable keywords, we're going to be looking for buying footprints. And I'll talk about keyword footprints in a little bit, and it will also be included in that keyword research cheat sheet. It includes a keyword footprint cheat sheet that we'll give you at the end of the webinar. And secondly, I'm going to show you how we can actually calculate potential earnings, and you can estimate how much money a keyword will make you before you even start writing content. So there are a lot of different pain points that people hit doing keyword research. People struggle in different places, and one thing that I've noticed is that keyword research can take a lot of time. If you're looking through the Google Keyword Planner, looking at keywords, You might find something with good looking volume, but then you have to go and search and see who the competitors are. Then you need to go find information about those competitors, find out if it's low competition. And it can take a really long time just to find a few keywords. So what I did, and I recorded this just before this, I found 28 low competition keywords in less than 4 minutes. And I'm going to show you right now how I did that. And after that, I'll show you how we can analyze borderline keywords that we're not quite sure if we can rank for in just 60 seconds.
So I'm going to start off by just starting this timer, and then I'm going to put in a seed keyword, and I'm using a really generic one here, the keyword cabinets, just because I looked around my house here and saw some cabinets. So I decided to start with that. And now I'm sorting by KC, and I see there are some sort of medium level KC keywords here between 30 and 40, and I see dartboard cabinet, which is actually something I've never heard of before, but it's only a KC38 and it has some volume. So that makes me think this could be a good niche to look at. So I'm searching dartboard and I've got all these keywords coming back now. And there are already some here with reasonably low KC, some higher KC ones as well. So I'm looking for some of these keywords that have volume, 500 searches a month up to a few thousand searches a month. And I'm looking for a medium level KC, low 30s, mid 30s. And I'm just getting 20 more results for each of these keywords. So I'm using these medium competition keywords to get related ideas and find low competition keywords. So this is a really great way to take a really high competition general keyword like cabinets and use it to find a niche and some much more long tail, low competition keywords like these keywords about darts and dartboards that I'm finding now. So I've got 72 keywords here and I'm just waiting for the KC to come back. So I skipped over that part for you guys. You can see we're now at 3 minutes and 20 seconds and KC is back for almost all of these keywords now. So I'm just going to filter by KC. I'm looking for keyword competitiveness less than 31 to see how many keywords I now have. And out of those 72 keywords, I've got 28 low competition keywords. And when I look through these, some of them are really promising. There are some good informational keywords here about how to play different darts games. And then there are some good buying footprint keywords here too. And we'll talk about those footprints in a minute. So you can see that in less than 4 minutes, I already found 28 low competition.
So the next thing you might ask is, what if I don't like dartboards and I want to just try the same thing again and take 4 minutes in a different niche and try to do that? I need to think of some more seed keyword ideas. And that can be kind of hard to do. It can be hard to come up with these seed keyword ideas. And that's where this cheat sheet will come in handy again. Part of it includes where to find seed keywords. And this is just a suggestion of how you can brainstorm for these. You can look around your house, you can go to the library, look online on Amazon and eBay, Google Trends, lots of different ideas. So we'll include this at the end. And you can just go through, generate a list of maybe 20 seed keyword ideas, and then use that process I just showed you to find really low competition keywords from that. We also include down here is how to analyze your competition. So if I'm looking at a keyword that's kind of borderline, let's say it's keyword competitiveness of 30, and I know I can probably rank for this, but I'm not sure. I want to check the competitors and make sure that there are a few competitors there that I can really beat. These are the things I'm looking for.
So I'm going to click into this keyword best electronic dartboard and look at the competition analysis. It's got about 500 monthly searches. So the first thing I'm looking at is the KC. I'm looking for KC under 30 for all of these results in Google, and domain KC under 30 as well. And I see a lot of them here, which is a good sign. Next, I'll look at Majestic Trust Flow and Citation Flow, and I'm looking for a few results that are under 25, and that's including domain Trust Flow and Citation Flow. So there are a few really promising competitors here. Next, I'll look at the backlinks, because if the sites that are currently ranking in Google don't need very many backlinks, don't have very many backlinks, that means I won't need very many backlinks, which is a great sign. Then I'm looking at the site age. We're looking at sites that are 2 years old, 1 year old. That's a really good sign too, because that means new sites like ours can rank. And then I'm looking to see that a few of those results look like niche sites, which is great because if niche sites are ranking, then my niche site can rank. So you can see that in just 60 seconds, we were able to do this competitor analysis in depth.
So this is just a quick summary of what I said. Come up with seed keyword ideas and then look at related suggestions the way I just showed you using your keyword ideas. And the next thing we'll do is look at keyword footprints. We're going to use those to find keywords that can really make money, because that's another one of the big issues that you can run into with keyword research. How do you know that those keywords will actually earn you money? And so being able to estimate the profitability of a keyword before creating content is really, really useful. So the next thing I'm going to show you here is the last part of this keyword research cheat sheet. It includes these footprints. And you can see these informational footprints right here show you things like how to, DIY, tutorial, or training. Those are really good ways to drive traffic to your site. So for those of you who said you're not really getting much traffic, but you already have a site, targeting some informational footprints is a really good way to drive more traffic. But what I'm interested in right now are these buying footprints. These buying footprints mean people who are searching them are ready to spend money. They want to find out, for example, the best dartboard or the best set of darts. Or you're looking for maybe soccer cleats for men or running shoes for women. Something very specific where people want recommendations of what to buy. And if we can provide those recommendations, then they will probably buy through our site using our affiliate links.
So I'm going to start by taking these low competition keywords and filtering them down by buying footprint. I'm looking for the buying footprint best. And now I've got about 8 results. They're all related to dartboards or electronic dartboards. So I'm going to look and see how much these sell for, so I get an idea of how much money the products I'm promoting will make. So if I look at dartboards in Amazon, I'm seeing $60, $50, a few lower ones around $40, $30. So I'm going to guess about $45 average for dartboard. And now I'll look at electronic dartboard. So when I search that, I see much higher values. I see $200 here, $70, $127. Still some lower value ones, maybe around $70, $60. So I'm going to guess about $85 as an average for the electronic dartboards that I'll be promoting. So if I average those two, I'm going to get halfway between $45 and $85. I'll get $65. So when I go to set my rank value, I'll select the earnings method of Amazon affiliate, and I'm going to put in an average purchase price of $65. So that's the average purchase price for the products I'll be promoting. And now I see these rank values, and that's an estimate for how much money I will make from ranking number 1 in Google for these keywords. So I'm looking at $22 for best dartboard or $18 for best electronic dartboard. And these estimates are probably even a bit low because I estimated low with my average purchase price, but it's a great way to get an idea of whether or not keywords will be profitable and how much you can expect them to make for you. Once we have these profitable keywords picked out, we can use them to help plan our content. So let's go ahead and talk about that next.
Content creation. So the big key to content creation is to post regularly. I would say, especially if you're one of these people who's just starting your first site, try to figure out upfront how much you can really commit to. Can you post 3 articles a week? If so, that's really great. You'll build up a good sized site very, very quickly. If you've got a little bit less time, try to commit to writing 1 article per week. So make a plan for yourself up front and say, I'll post every week on Saturday or every week on Wednesday, and make sure that you get that content out there. And now I'll show you how to really organize your content to make sure that it's keeping people on your site, it's being as effective as possible. So content silos are so important. I can't overemphasize this. What a content silo means is a collection of related articles. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep people on your site longer. And visitors to your site are going to read more pages on your site. So you're going to increase your page views and decrease your bounce rate. And the reason for that is somebody who comes in from one keyword search, when they see a related article at the end of that post, they'll click on it and go to it. And now that person has viewed 2 pages on your site instead of 1. Your bounce rate goes down, and search engines will see your SEO. This will improve your SEO in search engines. Plus, they'll see that you have related content in this space, and they'll give you more trust for those topics. The other way you can use these content silos is to drive visitors. A visitor who comes into any page in your content silo, you can link that to your money page. So you're driving all of your traffic to your money pages. So if you're one of those people who said your site has some traffic, but your growth has stalled a little bit, think about this. Does every post on your site link to a money page? If not, this is something you can change. You can fix your content silo organization. So here's how we recommend doing it. We say, make one general article that's a topic overview, and it's going to link to 5 to 10 pillar articles. And what a pillar article is, a pillar article targets a primary keyword. So remember, we explained in that handout that we gave with the criteria of a winning keyword, that the sweet spot for a primary keyword, you want to have about 1,000 to 2,000 local monthly searches for a primary keyword. And this pillar article, make it about 1,500 to 2,000 words long. And at the bottom of that pillar article, link to 3 to 5 related articles. And those related articles will use secondary keywords that have a little bit less traffic, and you can make those articles shorter. So when you write these related articles, make them about 800 keywords. They don't need to be as long. The point is to build up so that you have a big group of content that people can read through. So your topic overview will be about 1,000 words, and it's going to include a very brief paragraph about each pillar article, about 100 words with a link for each pillar article. And then your pillar articles will be about 1,500 to 2,000 words. These are the real meat articles of your site. And make sure that you post everything with a really systematic URL the way we show it here. So when you do this and you have all of this really powerful interlinking, it does a lot for your SEO, and it really gives your site a huge boost. I know it can look really daunting to try to create this much content, especially if you're just starting out. So here's what I would say to do. Start out by just find 3 primary keywords or so, and then just write that topic article. Then next you're going to write your first pillar article, link to it from your topic article, and then write 3 related articles to that pillar. And by the time you've done that, you've already got 5 different posts on your site, and you've got a mini content silo, and you can keep building that out. You build it out by just writing another pillar article and 3 more related articles with that pillar article, and then you keep going with more pillar articles. If you've got a bigger site, those of you who already have a site, you can add on. You can always add more pillar articles, or you can add more related articles for each pillar. There are lots of ways to keep building this out in a really organized, really powerful way that will keep people around on your site. So before I move on to talk about link building, I just want to know from you guys, Are you interested in learning more about content creation? Because we could do another webinar more in depth on this in the future. This is a lot of information to cover in an hour, this whole topic of how to build an authority site. So I'm not really going to go and talk about how to do content outsourcing or how to do on-page SEO. For on-page SEO, there are a lot of plugins on WordPress that you can use that will help you with that. And we can talk about all of this more in depth in the future. So go ahead and fill out this poll. Are you interested in learning more about content creation? Yes, I want to learn more about building content silos, or about keyword targeting and on-page SEO, or more about outsourcing, or no if you already know this. That will let us know if this is something we should put together more information on for you guys in the future. And it looks like about 10% of you said you're pretty comfortable with this already, and a lot of you are really interested in learning more about this. So we'll look into that and look into preparing more information and putting more stuff together for you guys in the future. So thanks a lot for your feedback there. That's really helpful. And now I'll move into this last stage of how to build an authority site, and that's link building. So the first thing to think about with link building, first of all, why do we do link building? Well, if you have a brand new site, link building might not be as important. As we saw when we looked at the competition analysis for that keyword, best electronic dartboard, some of those competitors didn't have very many links and they were still ranking. And that's really great. So when we're just starting out, we can start to do that. But when you get to the point where you've got some traffic, but your site's not growing anymore, or you've built your site and it's not quite getting traffic and it just needs a little bit of a push. That's when you want to do some outreach, some link building, get some backlinks to your site, because those will give you a good boost in search engines. So what we want to think about, what's really important to understand, is link motivation. Why would somebody link to your site? And what it comes down to is just posting content that's really relevant and valuable to other people's viewers. If somebody has an audience and you have material that's really good for their audience and they can refer it to you, that's good for them as well. So you can try doing an expert roundup. You can write up a post about the top 10 resources in your niche, and then you can reach out to those experts and say, hey, congratulations, you made it into my top 10 breakdown. And people like to hear that their content is valued. They like to know that their content's being referred to in other places because we put a lot of time and effort into creating that content. So some of those experts you reach out to, they're going to link back to your site. That's reciprocity. And you'll get some great links out of that, some really relevant links in your niche. The next thing you can do, this is a really powerful one, is creating a linkable asset like an infographic or a video. And you can reach out to other groups in your niche and say, look, I have this. It's really, if you like it, maybe you could link to it. And then what you can do with that linkable asset, you get all these external sites that link to it, and you can use that linkable asset, that infographic or that video, to link to your money articles. So again, for those of you who have some traffic but not quite getting the growth or not quite getting the earnings you want, this is a really good way to drive people to your money pages and to try and boost those earnings. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to find potential sites for outreach. Because now we know a few ideas that we can use, and I skipped over one too. Guest posting, swapping guest posts with another site in the niche can be a really good way for, especially if the other site is kind of new as well, it can give you both a good boost in search engines to have those extra backlinks. But how do you find that site to swap guest posts with or to send your infographic to? So I'm going to show you how we can use competitor analysis, again, to find sites that we can do outreach to.
So I'm going to start by looking at the competition analysis for the same keyword, best electronic dartboard. And I'm going to pick out a few of the sites in here that looked like some of the weaker results that are maybe other niche sites. So I'll use Linkedy and use this free backlink checker to look up backlinks for electronicdartboardreviews.com, and I'm hoping maybe some of these backlinks will be useful. So it looks like they're all coming from one domain for this. And if I look at that site, it looks like it's a forum. So this actually isn't related to our niche. It's not related to dartboards. And so that doesn't help me with outreach, but it does give me a little bit more confidence that I can really rank for this keyword because the backlinks for that site aren't even coming from a relevant site to the niche. So let me look for backlinks for another one of these ranking sites, and I'll use gearhall.com this time. We'll see the backlinks for this. And for gearhall.com, there are 5 different unique domains with 15 backlinks. And again, when I look at these backlinks, they look like a lot of other niche sites that are linking to this site, but they don't look like they're related to dartboards. So again, it's not the strongest set of backlinks. So this again increases my confidence in the competitiveness of this keyword and the fact that I could rank for this keyword. But it still hasn't helped me find some outreach possibilities. So I'll try one more site. I'm looking again for a site that's pretty low, pretty weak, but has some trust flow. See if I can find something in this dartboard niche. So I'm looking for 3dartstoplay.com and looking at these backlinks. And now I can see in the results here that some of the backlinks are coming from sites about darts and about dartboards or pages about darts. So these look like much more relevant results. And now these are sites that I can reach out to. I can say, hey, here's my cool infographic, or here's my video, or I can try to swap guest posts. So you can do a friendly outreach email to other sites in your niche. And this is a way to find some of those sites. Now, one thing you'll notice, and I won't sugarcoat this, link building can take a lot of time. So what you really want to do is make sure that you focus your efforts. Do link building on pages that just need a little bit of an extra boost. You don't need to do link building on every page at first. What I would do is I look for pages that are ranking 11 or number 12 that I want to bump up onto the first page, or pages that are ranking number 4, number 5 that I want to bump up into those top 3 slots. So I use a rank tracker to keep track of where my pages are, and then I focus my link building efforts on those sites where a little bit of a boost will really gain me a lot and add a lot to the bottom line. Getting a page from the second page onto the first page, or from the bottom of the first page into those top 3 slots, is really going to push your traffic.
So these strategies that I just showed you for keyword research, finding really low competition keywords, content creation, creating really organized content that knits together really well and is interrelated, interlinked, and then lastly, link building. These are the strategies that were used to bring this brand new site from 0 all the way up here. If you look at this traffic growth again over the course of 9 months, that's really great growth, and that's how she did it. The earnings growth, an even steeper curve from 0 up to over $100 in the month of November, and that wasn't actually the full month of November either. So you can see that these strategies really, really work. Just doing these 3 steps of keyword research, content creation, and link building. And now for those of you who already have a site, or even for those of you who don't yet, who want to see what the potential is, how far these sites can grow, this is a site that was earning about $1,000 a month, and over 6 months it grew to $8,000 a month, which is huge growth happening really quickly. So I'm going to show you exactly how they did that as well, so that you know not only how to start a site from scratch and get it to start earning, but also how to grow it when you get to that point. And here's the profit increase that I talked about, $1,200 in the first month in February, all the way up to $8,000 in August. So this was the first thing they did. They found a lot of really long tail keywords in related niches. So This is the old Longtail Platinum view, not the new web Longtail Platinum that I was showing you. But the important thing here is the average keyword competitiveness. That's that same score I was showing you, the KC score. And if you look, it's under 30 for all of these, which is the sweet spot that we were looking for. So after they found all of those great low competition keywords, for the more competitive ones, this one is 30, they went and did good competition analysis looking at those top 10 competitors. Again, just like I showed you earlier, where you can look at that competition analysis cheat sheet that we're going to give you, and then look and in 60 seconds know if you can compete. So I highlighted here the ones where the competitors were really weak. You can see keyword competitiveness of 14, low trust flow and citation flow, and pretty new sites. Here, 14 again, and 16 keyword competitiveness on the bottom. So good competition analysis. And after that, they organized their keywords into articles and silos. So this is an example of an article that they organized before they created the article. They picked out keywords, low competition keywords, and a good number of monthly searches, and planned the article around these keywords, and then posted silos with related articles. So a combination of informational articles and articles with buying footprints that had affiliate links in them. And then they added 50 silos in 2 months, which is a lot of content that they added. That's part of why they were able to do so much growth. But the really important thing was planning these interrelated silos. And here's the earnings from just one of those silos. $400 in Amazon in August from one content silo. So that's one money article that all the other articles were pushing traffic towards, like I was showing you earlier. They also used multiple monetization sources. So they used paid advertising. If you're just starting out, Google AdSense is the best way to do this. And if you're at a more advanced point, there are other advertising groups that you can use as well. And then lastly, because this was a site that already existed and they were trying to really push themselves to the next level, they did a lot of link building. So again, if you're at that stage where your growth has stalled a little bit, link building is a good thing to think about. Find some of your competitors, find some link possibilities, track your ranks, really look at which pages you want to push over the edge and do some link building. So here's that traffic growth in depth over the 6 months, and you can see that it really made a huge difference. The site traffic doubled in that time, and that's why they were able to get such good, impressive growth. Now, the really cool thing here is that both of these sites used the exact same strategies, even though they were at totally different stages of growth. One site started from absolutely nothing, just went online, and within 6 months was already earning over $100. And the other site started with about $1,000 a month and went up to 8 times that 6 months later. So the main thing is that they focused really heavily on keyword research first, because if that goes wrong, the rest of the work is really wasted effort. If you have a mediocre article, an article that's just okay, if it's targeted at low competition keywords, it can make you money. But even the best content in the world can't do anything for you if you can't get it to rank. So keyword research is really important. And then after that, having really good content related to these keywords, built around these related keywords, and then link building and outreach. And again, you don't have to do as much link building with a brand new site. You can do that when you want to push your growth up a little bit more. So definitely with existing sites, think about doing a bit more link building and outreach. So there's that growth curve again for the brand new site in 8 months, and the curve for the existing site in 6 months. And again, really, really impressive from both of these just by using these strategies. So I'm just going to do a quick recap because we've covered a lot today. It's a lot of stuff to go through. So for keyword research, start out by coming up with some keyword ideas. And you can use that seed keyword ideas cheat sheet that we're going to give you. And then take those seed keyword ideas and turn them into great keywords. Make them into long tail keywords by finding related suggestions. Do it the way I did it. Casey can make this so fast. If we find keywords that have kind of medium competition or low competition and use them to find even more related keywords. After that, check the competition for any keywords that you're not quite sure about. Anything where you need a little bit more confidence before you go after it. Check your competition and then find the money keywords and make sure that you've got some profitable keywords that will really earn you money. You can use those keywords that you find then to plan your content silos and post regularly for success. And you can start small, like I showed you, with just 5 articles in a mini silo. That topic article, and I'll show you here the topic article, and then pillar articles and related articles. And you can build that up, and you can keep building it out, and you can keep adding more content silos. And that's how you can grow your site in a really organized way that's great for your SEO. Lastly, speed things up by outsourcing if you want to, and you can optimize with some simple SEO tricks. Use a good SEO plugin in WordPress. We didn't talk as much about that today, but we'll address that in a future webinar since there was interest from you guys. Then the last step in this process is to do link building. So we talked about link motivation and what makes people link to your site, and then about posting linkable assets like infographics and videos. How to find outreach opportunities using competitor analysis, and how to pick the pages that you're going to focus on for your outreach by using a rank tracker and finding out which pages need that boost, which of your articles are almost onto the first page of Google, or which of your articles are almost into those top 3 slots where there's a lot more traffic. So that's where you can focus. And lastly, really importantly, link your assets and link the pages that are getting a lot of traffic to your money pages so that you're always driving all of the traffic that arrives on your site back to your money pages. Now, so here it is one more time, how to build a successful authority site, the long tail way, keyword research into content creation, then link building and outreach. Now, I'm not sure why you showed up here today. You might be here because you have a site that you just can't really get to grow. Or maybe you're thinking about creating a site, you've never done it before, and you want to know before you start how to do it in a way that will definitely succeed. Or you're here because you have an existing site and you just want to grow it to that next level, up to $1,000, $5,000 a month. For any of these reasons, I know even if you guys are here at different stages of this process, you're all here because you realize that building a successful site isn't magic. There are proven ways to avoid throwing away time or money on content that won't rank, and there are systems that work for increasing your traffic and earnings systematically. And there are ways to speed up this process so you can actually do this in 8 months to a year or grow a site in 6 months instead of waiting for years for things to start to rank and start to work. So this is where Longtail Pro can really save you a lot of time and headaches. I showed you earlier how I found those 28 low competition keywords in less than 4 minutes and how quickly I was able to get that extra confidence by doing competition analysis. And also that we can prove the profitability of keywords beforehand and get real estimates for how much money those keywords can make for our site. So using Longtail Pro, we can find keywords that actually rank, that will actually make money, and that don't need very much link building, which is a huge thing when you're just starting out on that first site, to be able to find keywords and write content and see it start to rank. So for all of you who showed up here today, we're going to give you a huge discount on Longtail Pro. We're offering it for 45% off for all of you who are here. It's an exclusive discount for the Pro plan. And here's the Pro plan. Normally, if you're paying for it monthly, month in and month out, it's $800 a year. Now, we do have a special. If you pay for an annual plan, it brings it down to $537. But for you guys, we're offering it to you for $297. That's 45% off this annual plan. That's the exclusive webinar discount. And with this, you can go ahead and you can find those low competition keywords really quickly. Instead of going through the Google Keyword Planner and maybe you find a keyword that's got a lot of volume, but you're not really sure, so you go search it in Google and you find some competitors, and then you have to go find out information about those competitors using Majestic or Moz. It can take a really long time for just one keyword. And instead, with Longtail Pro, you can find 28 plus keywords like that in less than 4 minutes. That's amazing, the amount of time you can save yourself. And with the Pro plan, we give you 25,000 keywords a month, 200 rank tracker terms so you can track your pages and watch your rankings improve. So even if you're one of these people who doesn't have a ton of time to do this and you're hoping to post one article per week, you can find enough keywords for that article in half an hour a week using Longtail Pro, which means that now instead of having tons of time and having this process that takes way more time than you might have if this is a side project or something you're doing in the evenings, now you can actually go ahead and do this. You can actually find keywords and have the time to create content and have the confidence that it will rank. So for those of you who are just starting out, I know about a third of you said you're just starting out, we have a special deal on the starter plan as well. Because I know you might not need the full power of the Pro plan yet, those 25,000 keywords. So with the starter plan, we offer you 10,000 keywords a month and 30 rank tracker terms. So that's enough to track your entire starting content silo as you build it up. As you post an article, put it into the rank tracker, watch it improve, see what kinds of things cause those rankings to go up, see what you can do. And with those 10,000 keywords a month, you can quickly find all of these great low competition keywords that can make your site succeed right from the start. Your site can be the next site that is already earning money after 8 months. So normally, if you pay monthly, it is $444 a year for the starter plan. Again, we have an annual discount, which brings it down to $297. But for all of you guys, we're offering it to you for just $217. That's $80 off the starter plan at longtailpro.com/authority starter. So these are huge discounts, and on top of it, we're going to give you a bonus. Longtail Bootcamp is a great way to go through a lot of the things that I talked about today in even more depth. And you can pick we have videos focused on different aspects of keyword research or content creation or on-page SEO, which I didn't talk about much today. All of these things are in there, 14 days of lessons and 10 hours of content, and you can pick and choose depending on what stage you're at in the process. Watch the videos that are relevant for you and try those tactics out right away. So it's a $127 value included completely free when you go get the Pro plan or the starter plan. Again, 45% off, longtailpro.com/authority site pro. And on top of that, for those of you, when you finish the bootcamp, or if you're already at a more advanced stage with your sites and you want to dig in to even more tactics and strategies, more detailed, more advanced stuff, we have Longtail University for you, also available from right inside the app. It's 29 lessons and includes recordings of advanced tactics webinars as well. We normally sell this for $197, but it will be included with your plan today, completely free. So you guys are going to have over 40 different videos available to help you through every stage of this process. Any questions that you have, any areas where you want to learn a little bit more, content creation or link building or different keyword research strategies, it's all there for you when you have the time to learn it. You can one evening go and just watch some of these videos, and then the next evening spend 30 minutes and find those keywords and get your content up, and you can really build up a great successful site really quickly. So when you go to that sign up link, here it is again, longtailpro.com/authority site Pro, this is what you're going to see. This is what that sign up page looks like. The only difference is here in my picture it says $537 per year, and yours is going to be $295. Again, it's a huge discount that we're offering you today. So go ahead and get in there and sign up, and the next thing that you'll see is this welcome survey. And the reason we ask you this, it's the same reason I asked you about the content creation earlier. It's because we really want to know where you are in your process and what things you'd like to learn more about. The more we know about what you want to learn, the better a job we can do of putting together really good information on that topic and presenting it to you to help you through. Because we really want to see your site be that next big success that grows in 6 months and starts earning money after 8 months. And it's completely doable, and we want to make sure that if you get stuck at any stage in the process, we're there to help you get unstuck and keep pushing forward until you have that successful authority site. So after you fill out this survey and submit it, this is what you're going to see. This is Longtail Pro here. You'll be logged in, and you'll see your monthly keywords up at the top. There's the rank tracker as well. And here's how you can get the tutorials. Click on your email up in the top right corner, and you're going to see these, and then click on tutorial videos, and you'll see these video tutorials. So this is what Bootcamp Lesson 1 looks like, and it talks about finding seed keywords, which we talked about as well, and which you'll see in that free handout we'll be giving you in just a few minutes. And there are 14 more lessons focusing on all different stages of keyword research, content creation, link building. And when you're done with Bootcamp, here's Longtail University, which goes into even more depth, and we have it transcribed here for you as well. So make sure that you do check out those videos right away after this call, after you've gotten yourself into Longtail Pro. Go take a look at those videos and see how much value there is in those, and go ahead and find your first keywords as well. And I want to show you one more really cool feature of Longtail Pro. For those of you who do already have a site, we've got a really useful new feature called Target KC.
So as I've been saying, when you're starting out with a brand new site, look for low competition keywords of 30 or less. But once your site's a bit stronger, if you're only looking at keywords with KC 30 or less, you're probably missing out on some keywords. So how do you know how much stronger your site is and how much more competitive you can go? That's why we created this Target KC value. So if I come up here to the Add a Domain button and add in longtailpro.com, once I enter that, it's going to show me all of my domain competition information, my trust flow, my Majestic citation flow, referring domains, and then you see this Target KC value. And what that means, that darker green number, 45, means that I can now rank for anything with a KC of 45 or less. And that top number means anything with a KC of 54 or less, I can get with a little bit of extra link building. So I'm going to come down here to where I had my low competition before saved as a filter, and instead I'm going to look for KC less than my new Target KC value of 45. I'll put that in and apply it, and then I'll save this filter as a new Longtail Pro low competition filter. So now I can look in other projects either for my low competition in general or for this Longtail Pro low competition for that specific site. And you can see that all 72 keywords are now showing up. When I scroll down, 50 keywords on this page, and the next page, there's a second page as well. So that means that we went from 28 low competition keywords to now we've got 72 keywords that we can rank for that are within our competition range now by using that Target KC value.
For the first 10 signups, we're going to give you a bonus of 20% more monthly keywords forever. That means for the Pro plan, you're going all the way up to 30,000 keywords per month. And for Starter, you'll be at 12,000 keywords per month. And that's for Pro, just $297. It's normally $537. So that's a 45% discount. And I forgot to mention earlier, but this $297, it's not just for the first year. It's forever. It's a huge discount that you get every year forever, and these bonus monthly keywords are every year, every month forever as well for the first 10 signups. So if you haven't signed up yet, go right now to longtailpro.com/authority-site-pro and get 45% off the Pro plan. Or if you're just starting out and you want that starter plan, you can go longtailpro.com/authority-starter and save $80 on the starter plan. So I know we're running really low on time now, and I want to give you guys a chance to ask some questions, and I'll give you answers for everything I can answer. But first, I just want to let you know how you can contact us if you want to talk to us more, and go to help.longtailpro.com. And we've also got some really useful articles in there, some groups of articles about how to get started with demo videos of Longtail Pro as well. So I really recommend you check that out, and you can always contact us anytime through there or by emailing support@longtailpro.com if you have any questions later. So now I want to give you that keyword research cheat sheet that we talked about. The criteria of a winning keyword, that was the registration bonus that you all got already. But where to find seed keywords, the keyword footprint cheat sheet, and how to analyze your competition, those really useful, really valuable cheat sheets that I showed you earlier, that I promised you at the beginning, you can go download them at longtailpro.com/download/keyword-research.cheatsheet, this URL right here on the screen. So go ahead and get that, and you'll find that using those along with Longtail Pro will really help you direct your research really well. Remember, I looked at the how to analyze your competition, and then that was exactly the cheat sheet that I followed in that 60 seconds that I used to analyze the competition for best electronic dartboards earlier in my example. So I'm going to open this up for questions, and here at the bottom are those links for that 45% off the Pro plan and $80 off the Start plan. So let me know if you have any questions about logging in or any questions about all of the material that I covered today. And I see I've got a question about, so this is somebody who's using the keyword planner, and this question is about keyword volume, monthly volume, and do we show exact volumes in Longtail Pro or ranges? So we don't show ranges. Those of you who use the keyword planner, you know how frustrating it was when Google changed it back in the summer to only show keyword volumes of 10 to 100 or 100 to 1,000. We show exact volumes. We have data providers that we use that get this data from Google, and so like you saw earlier when I demoed Longtail Pro for you a little bit, we have exact volumes 500, 620, you know, the real numbers of how many people are searching these every month. I've got another question here. Oh, this is a good question. So this is about Amazon affiliates, and the question is about the recent changes with the Amazon affiliate commissions, and is it still worth using Amazon affiliates? Do I still recommend it? So for those of you who haven't heard about these changes, what happened is Amazon affiliates recently said that they're going to change the tier system for paying out percentage commissions at the highest tiers. So they used to pay 8% once you hit a certain tier, and now they're going to lower that. It's not great news for bigger sites, but for smaller sites, for those of you just starting out, I completely recommend still using Amazon affiliates, because that won't affect you until your site grows and until you're sending a lot of affiliate traffic, and it's a really great way to get started. Now, if you do have one of those bigger sites where you're starting to get affected, what I recommend you do, once you hit those tiers and you're seeing lower commission rates, I recommend that you find a group within your niche that you can use for affiliate sales. You'll get a much higher percentage that way. So by the time you get to that point, you already have an established site in your niche and you know what it is and you know some of the other sites and where sales are available. So go and find those other affiliate opportunities and reach out to them. And honestly, this is a way that you could have grown your earnings anyway. So this is just the Amazon change can just push you into doing that now. So for those of you who said you have your sites but they want to grow a little bit more, that's an option that you can use. Now, are there any more questions? It looks like, oh, we've got one more question. So this is somebody who used the Longtail Pro desktop tool, and the question is about putting in user accounts. So with the desktop tool, users had to add their own Google account and their own Moz accounts. And with the web tool, that's no longer necessary at all. We get data directly from Majestic, and we have external data sources that we use to get that exact volume data from Google. So as soon as you log into Longtail Pro, you've got all As soon as you log into Longtail Pro, you've got all of the data you need right there in front of you. You don't need to do anything else but get started. So I know we're a little bit past the hour mark now. I just want to thank you guys again so much for joining me today and for sticking around. Again, go to longtailpro.com/authority-site-pro to get that huge discount that we talked about. Here's that pro discount one more time, 25,000 keywords per month. You'll find it will really make an amazing difference in the effectiveness and the speed of your keyword research. You can save yourself so much time and have so much more confidence. Make sure that you can build a site and that every bit of time and money you put into your site is actually going to pay off for you. So go ahead, that's the link for the Pro plan one more time, and the link for the starter plan one more time, longtailpro.com/authority-starter. And if you have any questions later, just send us an email, support@longtailpro.com, or send us a message from within the app. And I'll send out a replay of this webinar so that you can all go ahead and take a look, review any of the sections that went by quickly or that you want to watch again. And after you watch it again, feel free to email me with any questions and I'll be happy to answer them all. So thank you all again so much and have a really great day. Bye.